Almost like the Flashpoint, where it starts, one of the key matrix lines that will help shatter this status centralized system.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I am your host, Jay-Z, and you have found Flashpoint Radio. Thank you for tuning in. It is Friday, March 12th, 2012, the second Flashpoint Radio from our temporary North County, St. Louis studios. Thank you for tuning in and bearing with me during these transitional phases. I want to remind you to follow me on Twitter at Flashpoint Radio and Facebook.com/Flashpoint Radio. Click subscribe above and like below, and then reshare this with your friends and family. The information is good and the information needs to be heard. We're going to be looking at plenty of Infowars.com articles this evening. If you do not check them on a regular basis, please do so. And an easy way to keep in touch and keep up to date with all things tyranny in this country, go to the Infowars RSS feed. I was told about this just today on the Alex Jones Show, and I guess I'm an idiot, but I did not know what an RSS feed was, but it is amazing. Link below, as well as the links to all the stories, as always, that are covered here on Flashpoint Radio. We are going to be starting this evening, though, in China. The red, dirty communist state of China, who, well, our government decided to go over in the late 60s and 70s and set up their one-child policy, thank you, Henry Kissinger, and decide to agree to send our jobs to China. Companies get kickbacks for sending jobs to China. Bet you didn't know that. Just start page it, please. But this comes to us from CNN. China passes new law allowing secret detention. The Chinese police have long been criticized by human rights activists for detaining people secretly, more to come, and illegally, oh yeah, in black jails, often located in suburban hotels or other nondescript housing facilities. The Chinese Congress, dominated by the Communist ruling party, decided to pass a new law strengthening their powers when it comes to indefinite, or not indefinite detention, simply detention of citizens of China. We're going to move to the Australian.com, though, about the same situation. China backs down on bid for secret detention. At least we're seeing some sort of direction from China. It says, China has taken a small step back from its ever-encroaching police state model by dumping a new law that would have given security forces official power to detain people without informing their families. Well, they released their version of an indefinite detention law last year, and it caused great public outcry and outrage. And, well, the government of China relented, and they took out provisions or added provisions that would guarantee that the Chinese government notify family members within 24 hours of the detainment of any Chinese citizen. That's reasonable. Their overall policy is not reasonable, but that is a step in the right direction. Is it not? Well, let's go to a video that was found, and you can find on the March 9th Flashpoint Radio, of FBI Director Robert Mueller from Fox News with Shepard Smith.
Does that only apply to U.S. citizen that's overseas, or does that apply to U.S. citizen that's here?
I'd have to go back. I'm not certain whether that was addressed or not.
So that we have clarity here, he is not certain whether it was addressed, whether our government can kill our own people inside our own country. This really needs to be addressed. We can't just answer this question, no.
Yes, our government is not sure of its powers over the United States citizens in its own country. That's right. They don't know. The law's passed. It's called the executive order that allowed for Anwar al-Awlaki to be killed. But they also passed on January 1st the NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act. Please start page that if you do not know what I'm talking about. And this comes to us from Infowars.com. Steve Watson, court hears arguments in lawsuit against Obama indefinite detention law. The best part, I think, about this is their court hearings in New York, the federal court. Why are we having court hearings? Why did our elected representatives even get this far? Why did they not stop this before it went to the president's desk? Why did the president of the United States sign this? Why do we have to challenge this in court after it becomes law? Why is it becoming law in the first place? Well, they're dumbing you down and making you complacent, and they'll just pass whatever they want, and you don't care as long as you have your football and reality television. Do you get it yet? Are you getting it yet? Please. Another article, Kurt Nimmo, amazing journalist who I don't think sleeps over there at Infowars.com. Concern over National Defense Resource Preparedness Executive Order a distraction. Speaks of Mother Jones, the liberal publication that decided to comment on Alex Jones and everyone else in the country that are scared of the updated executive order by Barack Obama last week. He says, it's your standard government readiness policy, nothing particular, exciting, or groundbreaking, because it was first signed into law by Harry S. Truman back in the 50s, and, or 1947. Well, and that's just it. It's government readiness, okay? Government readiness policy. Well, what are they ready for? They're ready to defend themselves against who? Well, outside forces and domestic forces. Well, who are they defending? Are they defending the citizens? Is it a citizen readiness program? No, it's a government readiness program. What are all of the documents that come out from Department of Homeland Security detailing about who is dangerous to the United States? It's not Al-Qaeda. It's you. It's me. It's people who declare themselves as sovereign citizens. We are the terrorists in this country. All of them. You wear blue jeans. If you pay for it with cash, you are a terrorist. So let's see. Government readiness. They're going to be ready in case they have to defend themselves against their own citizens, which Thomas Jefferson said, I believe it was every 10 years, the United States people should have a revolution just to keep the government in check and keep the government in line and know who the boss is. But, so we saw China at least taking a step back, saying 24 hours we have to notify your family if you are detained. Our government, well, we can kill U.S. citizens in the nation, or at least we don't know. The FBI doesn't know. Our Congress just decides to pass NDAA. Our president decides to pass National Defense Resource Preparedness, which puts into effect the government taking over all industries in the United States in case of any disaster or any national security issue. And what's another point of direction our country's going in? Another article. This comes to us from The American Dream. Why does the Department of Homeland Security need 450 million hollow point bullets? Yes, they put in a standing order from ATK, one of those great defense contractors, for 450 million 40 caliber bullets. So the federal government, this is DHS, not our military, not the FBI, not the CIA. This is DHS, Department of Homeland Security, which sounds an awfully lot like one of some of the agencies in Nazi Germany. Yes, buying 450 million bullets. And you think, well, there's no way American citizens will go along with this. I would know if something's happening in my country or my city, and I would know. Well, this comes to us from the Washington Post. 10 years later, CIA rendition program still divides North Carolina town. A company, Arrow, operates outside of this tiny North Carolina town and flies around, picks up terrorists, and tortures them on their planes, takes them to other countries. And the people of this town are up in arms. And this comes to us from an Allison Case in 51. She was personally acquainted with several of the managers of the company, now publicly linked to the CIA's abduction program. She says, quote, "Holy cow, I know these people. I've baked gingerbread houses for a couple of them." So I think it's a lot easier to buy in to the government if the money and if they provide what you need. But I don't know. Remember to stay tuned to Flashpoint Radio. Check out Infowars.com. There is goodness in this world. You just have to recognize the evil before you can see the good in the world. I thank you for watching Flashpoint Radio. Tune in next time. Jay-Z signing off, saying God bless and keep your eyes to the sky.
With the feathers of angels stuck beneath your